really good practice defensively. That was one of our best start to finish practices defensively, and probably the worst offensive practice we've had in 3 years. Kind of a pattern of behavior now. After a day off, our offense just stinks, and they're going to break that habit. But defensively, they answered the bell. They came out and dominated the entire practice, and it was good to see. Drop passes, missed assignments on basic plays. It's just a lack of concentration. Back in the day, we'd be out here running out of them, but that don't work anymore. Go to jail for that stuff now. No, they just got to grow up and man up. I mean, it's been identified, so you got to fix it. I'm not going to fix it. You got to fix
it. Welcome to Real Bucs Talk. I am Michael Plus, joined as always, Mark Ramirez. Mark, that was the great Bruce Arians, as he was, I guess, visibly frustrated with the offensive performance. So, first let's just, get our thoughts on that. And, obviously how was the weekend? And obviously the Bucs have a game this week, so it's extra intense for practice.
It sounds like it, because BA mentioned it. It sounds like the whole team just needs to be cut, the whole new squad. But I mean, I kind of put a little funniness of Keyshawn Vaughn at the end of that too. I thought that was the highlight of every clip of the week. But yeah, I mean, BA, I guess maybe he's putting his hard hat on. He's like, okay, it's game week. We better show up and stop playing like we're worthy of something. I don't know. So, I mean, either way, some of these guys watch the Hall of Fame thing. That's something we'll talk about as well. BA came back from that. Tom came back from that. There's probably some little jet lag. Nothing seriously to get upset about, but he's a coach. He's coaching. And if he sees something that's lagging behind, he's got to put his finger on it and nip it in the butt. So I see nothing wrong with it. Is it the worst practice in 3 years? I doubt that, but we'll look into the notes of what happened on that day. But I mean, other than that, yeah, like you said, it's game week, even though it's preseason. Mm-hmm. There's going to be a Bucs game in Tampa. Awesome. Guys, let us know how you feel about that in the chat. Love how you guys are getting all excited in there. We love it. Keep bringing it. But other than that, I'm always excited to talk some Buck football. So how are you doing, Plus?
Yeah, absolutely. And yeah, I feel pretty good. It was a great weekend. So yeah, just a lot to dive into as we're gonna, obviously talk.
Yeah. What happened this weekend?
Yeah, I celebrated a little birthday for myself. Turned 31 years of age, and yeah, I guess I'm getting up there in years, but I feel great still. I was telling Mark, I still feel like I'm 21, so very, very awesome. But yeah, it was a lot of fun, and listening to, obviously the Hall of Fame speeches. So but again, thank you guys for joining us. We got a lot of people here in the live stream, so thank you all. Thank you to Bucs Report as represented by them for this live stream, and appreciate all the Facebook and YouTube and Twitter supporters. So much thanks. And obviously a lot of people love the Tom Brady film breakdown. That video is popping, so a lot of good stuff there. But yeah. And
check this out. Shout out from the Philippines, Vincent Gaming, HBD, man. Where is she? Happy belated B-Day. A lot of people in here. Awesome.
I think Vince. Yeah, I think Vincent is looking for Ruth. Yeah, Ruth was a guest last week. But yeah, we'll definitely have to get her back on for maybe the Cowboys week, because she is a Cowboys fan as well. So it'd be good to get her input on the show.
Look at all the love. I love it.
Yeah. Thank you guys.
BA always going to be a hard ass.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, and he wants perfection, and obviously having that concentration in practice. Guys making some drops. A lot of people had drops today, so yeah, it's got to be a little bit better. Attention to details, and he said before training camp started, he's like, I'm going to kick these guys' ass, and that's what he's trying to do. So it's good. You don't want any complacency. You want these guys to continue, to progress and get better. So.
Vincent's sad. Ruth's not here. More on what the intro was about. I mean, BA's mad, but what else did you hear about it? It wasn't just all negative. Yeah, the offense may have shit the bed with some interceptions and drop passes and not being in the right spot, which we'll talk about later, but the defense dominated. This is a good thing. It's a huge good sign that these young guys are working together, not just one guy is excelling, the other guy doesn't know where the hell he's supposed to be. This is 11 working as one, something we talk about all the time. So this is actually really, really good news. Let's look at that. How do you see that as a silver lining?
Oh yeah, it's a positive. I mean, and sometimes you're going to have practices like that where one side of the team dominates, and for that to be the defense, I think that's a great sign. It shows like the secondary, the linebacking core, the front seven, they're all in the right place. They're doing their thing. So and let's go ahead and go to that Todd Bowles clip as he's going to talk about it. Just the maturity level.
Check out this. Yeah, because it's the next stage of the Bucs players learning this defense.
Maturity in situational football. We have a lot of guys. Last year, I think they just played what I called, and this year is trying to be more understanding of why I'm calling things and what's happening in certain situations. So we're really trying to focus on that.
Awesome. I mean, break that down, what he actually said. Literally, instead of just playing the play, understanding why I called the play, to like really understand what is he thinking that's going to happen in this play and where you should be in this play. Not just, okay, he called out wide, cover 3. Here we go.
Mhm.
It's understanding the situation of the play, third and short, third and long. Where am I supposed to be and why? What is he expecting is going to happen? Cool aspect.
Yeah, no, it's very important. And I think, as you see this defensive group that's been together, for a couple years now, and now they have, more time with Todd Bowles. They're going into, this is year 3 with Todd Bowles. So when you look at it that way, yeah, they should be very comfortable in what he's calling and why it's being called. But it also gives them a way to look at how they're going to attack the offense and understanding, okay, the offense is trying to do this, so we're going to combat it with this play call. And knowing why that's being the play, that's huge, because it gives guys the confidence and also the aware to be aggressive in certain situations or not be aggressive, and allow them to make more plays on the football. And I think that's what they're trying to incorporate this season, and just get more turnovers and make more big plays, and that's going to help their offense.
Yeah, I mean, so that's kind of not the elephant in the room, the whole opposite of that. The guy that's getting untalked about. I mean, everyone knows Tom Brady, Gronk, Mike Evans, Chris Godwin, our offense that should be lighting up every opposing team's defense. But no one really talks about our defense, who won us the Super Bowl, who have unlimited amount of guys in there that are playing at an extremely high level that just don't get notified anywhere. I mean, Devontae's been doing it for years. Now we got Devin White, JPP, Shaq, Vita Vea, who no one really knows about besides Buccaneer fans, and they're playing at a high level. If they play all 17 games, look the hell out. I mean, even Todd Bowles said it. He not only does good against double teams, but he eats double teams. He beats them. So, I mean, if you can see that moving forward, how much more Levante David and Devin White benefit from that, it's scary. And then to mention, the quarterback's not going to have time to throw. So you can jump first reads left and right and look the hell out. You can see some guys with 6, 7, 8 picks this year.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, obviously, Carlton Davis and Sean Murphy Bunting, Jamel Dean, all, Mike Edwards is having a terrific camp. He's already making multiple interceptions it seems like per day. So yeah, it's great that, these guys are just being in more position to make plays, and it's showing up consistently. Now we want to see it happen in the game this week on Saturday. That would be, and BA also talked about everyone's going to play, so that's really nice. No one's really going to be held out unless they're hurt or something. But these guys are going to get opportunities to get in the game, and you'll be able to see a lot of the players that we're looking at, to see how they do and how comfortable they are.
Hey, no one thought Tom would play, but Tom's going to play. It doesn't matter if it's a snap. He's going to be on the field just to feel it. Just show his jersey out there and then probably just sit back down. But that's before we kind of go into the actual breakdown of what happened that made BA so mad. Let's break into our sponsor for the month, or how you say it. I think you guys have all heard of us talk about Symbol, the stock market for sports. What is the Symbol? How does it work? Sports betting is fun. Investing in the stock market is great. And Symbol has created a way for you to enjoy both of those at the same time. Only with Symbol, you can trade teams like stocks and earn cash when your teams win. So pretty much 3-step process. We've gone over this on every live stream. You find your favorite team. The Buccaneers, if you're a Falcons fan, ew. Saints fan, definitely not. Get your favorite team. What happens when they win? You earn win payouts. If it's the NFL, 50 cents per share that you own. So, I mean, some of these are listed differently. The Bucs are around $46, $47 a share. So it's each share, you get 50 cents per win. NBA, MLB, and they have college football as well. So a cool platform that they're expanding even more every month. And then you can trade them like stocks, trade teams like stocks, buy low, sell high, sell overrated teams to the stock market or to the market, and find hidden gems the market undervalues. Awesome concept. 24/7, 365 a year. If you want to learn more, click that play button on YouTube. Check it out. If you're not following us yet on YouTube, get on over there because I don't know what the heck y'all are doing because we're putting out some good content and it's for y'all. But let's continue. So let's talk about what happened. What the hell happened in training camp that was so upsetting? I guess it was, what do you call it? Just, I guess they took a day off and when they come back, they don't know what the hell they're doing. So let's actually look into right here. Here we go. Let's break it in. So early on, it didn't even look that bad. In the first full team drill, inside linebacker Devin White read the play perfectly and headed off the running back Ronald Jones, who was trying to escape to the flat. White stopped him at the line. Then, as he was wrapping Jones up, playfully said, "Where do you think you were going?" So I guess this is part of the defense kind of taking over. So again, it's a good and bad situation. The defense is just showing up.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, defense is just playing a little bit more consistent right now, but yeah, I mean, offensively, they just need to get in a little bit more rhythm, be more concentrated as far as what they're doing. And I don't think it's from everybody. I think, obviously Tom Brady's looking sharp, but it's just a little nuances here and there where they're just missing their peak or timing and not catching the football or just doing the wrong route, et cetera, et cetera.
And that's why kind of going through this, we'll see who's shit in the bed, I guess, the best way to say it. But let's keep going on and we'll figure out some answers. A pass from Brady to tight end Robert Gronkowski got the crowd riled up as it always does. Today in the individual period, somehow it just never gets old. Okay, that's yay. Then we got quarterback Blaine Gabbert hit wide receiver Chris Godwin in the next 11-11 period while Godwin was able to turn upfield and get a turn to the pass into the 35-yard play. So someone is asking in the chat who is our number 2 quarterback. It's Blaine Gabbert. I mean, let's think about it. He's been there. He knows the system the most, and it's going to take a little while for Mr. Kyle Trask to get in that position. So let's not even think about that just yet. Let's see what he looks like on the field first. And then here we go with some more defense working. In the blitz period, a swing pass to Godwin ended up successful as the ball came out quickly before the incoming rushers got there, and Godwin was able to escape down the sideline. So, I mean, there's some good things.
Yeah, some positives so far.
So there's not total negatives. But then here we go. In the same period, Gabbert was intercepted by safety Mike Edwards, who was not so quietly had a great camp so far. He'd end up with 2 picks on the day, another one coming in the 7-on-7 period, and even had a near pick later in practice that could have made it 3. The initial interception was an excellent read as he came down and undercut a crossing route by rookie Jalen Darden, going the other way over the middle. There was really no way for Gabbert to have seen Edwards. The dude's balling out.
Yeah, yeah. Mike is he definitely wants to get on the field, and it'll be interesting to see, if he interchanges with Jordan Whitehead or, how they're going to work that in. If they're going to play 3 safeties at a time, or, it'll be it's a great problem to have because Mike is so good. It's hard to keep him off the field. But then again, Jordan is so great in the run defense. Like it's a tough situation, but obviously it just adds more flexibility. But yeah, I mean, defensively, those are just a couple great plays there.
And Johnny Dean, you're right. Edwards is a beast. He's a ball hawk. I mean, he literally, where the ball's at, he's going to be around. And that's something where I think he had less stats. Like he played more. No, he played less that last year than he did his first year.
Yeah.
Thing is, like, I feel like he's just playing around the ball. He's not like Jordan Whitehead, who's so close to the ball or so close to the line, so you can get in on a lot of plays. So with him, I hope they do use him more. I hope they use him because teams are going to be down. Hopefully, teams are down against us, and they have to pass the ball. If they do, Edwards is the perfect guy to be in that situation. Ball hawk guys, like pass needy teams that are trying to score quick. You try that against Edwards, he can jump a route and oops, there it is. So I'm hoping they start using him interchangeably. We'll see. Maybe he's gotten a little bit more in his game as well, getting close to the line. I know he did that in Kentucky, but that's college football. It's a whole different story now. But this next one kind of touches on our next story. So defensive back Ross Cockrell and Joe Tryon combined for an almost pass breakup. The pair knocked the ball intended for Daquan Hampton in the air, but somehow it ended up being Hampton who ended up with it, and despite the fact that Cockrell and Tryon had a chance at it. So Cockrell, Tryon, both pass breakup, but somehow the offense succeeds. But this kind of brings me to the point of Joe Tryon. So it seems like everyone has something good to say about Tryon, which is insane. You never really hear that many good things. So let's actually touch on all the things all our Bucs players have to say about Joe Tryon.
Joe is like, he remind me of I would say he remind me a lot of like Chubb when Chubb came out. Like I could see a lot of similarities in him. So I think he's going to be bright future.
If he gets wide ass open, he's got to catch it every time.
Yeah,
Joe's a really good player. He's got a lot of energy. Plays with a lot of leverage. He's got long arms. He's fast. You don't see a lot of people like that are built like him. But yeah, he's tough to handle sometimes. I think just getting your hands on him. Like, he comes off the ball so fast, and in certain situations, like if I'm getting my eyes out to him late, if I'm in a sift or something, he gets his hands on me first. Like, you really got to throw your feet back and sit down. Sometimes it's hard to recover from it, but
I mean, I had to throw that in there too. But give me your thoughts. I mean, that's a lot of good praise. Bradley Chubb, his length, his size, the fact that if he's coming around the edge, you better sit back because he's going to run you over. What do you think about that?
Yeah, it's great to hear, especially, Bradley Chubb comparison is very high praise. And, Bradley's the guy that's, I think, starting to come on for Denver. Again, he was a 5th overall pick. And, obviously it seems like Joe Tryon had potential to be that kind of player as well, a top 15 pick. And, thankfully for the Bucs, he fell into our laps at 32. And yeah, it seems like so far they have a really good special talent in Joe, and hopefully it just continues to rise and he gets better. The biggest thing is he's got to show it, in the real game now. Practice is one thing. Now can he show that translating into the actual game? And we get to see that this Saturday, and hopefully he plays his best football and shows some good things.
I mean, I think it's no question every fan is looking at the rookies to see what they have. What is Joe Tryon going to do? Is he going to be an impactful player and like contribute this year on the defensive line? Is he going to get sacks? Is he going to cause pressure? I want to see that. I mean, Shaq, I don't know if you guys remember, just 2 years ago, he was in the last preseason game playing all the way to the end of the game.
Yeah.
I believe it was against the Cowboys. That man played so damn much. It was like almost like he was fighting for a roster spot, and then he ends up with almost 20 sacks on the season.
Yeah.
It's disgusting how good that guy played.
Yeah, that was really crazy. I mean, he was very close to getting cut. It was him and Noah Spence were fighting for that spot, and the Bucs really just wanted to see Shaq Barrett show that he could finish and be that sack master that they were looking for. And obviously it paid off, and he's got the big contract to show it. But with Tryon, if he's doing well against Tristan Wirfs already, I mean, that's really good, because a lot of people are saying Wirfs is already the best right tackle in the league and maybe the best tackle. So, if he's doing well against Donovan Smith and Tristan Wirfs, that's a great sign to come. And obviously he's getting praise from JPP and Shaq Barrett and all his teammates, really. So yeah, sky's the limit. You just hope he can stay healthy. I mean, when we were at practice, we looked at Joe Tryon and we're like, guy's huge. Like he's the same size, almost the same size as Will Golston, and Golston's a big cat. So, I mean, very impressive what he can do.
And no doubt. I mean, he just looks the part of a massive individual. Like, his head is huge, his body's big. Like,
yeah,
he just stands out in a crowd. Like, we were like, oh, okay, there's Joe Tryon, not just because of his hair, but how big the dude is, and not even in pads, just walking across the field. Like, geez. Well, I mean, I'll hear some comments here. Steal at 32.
Yeah.
Here's one good one by Johnny Dean. Over or under Joe Tryon with 8 sacks in the rotation. That's a high number to me. But
It is high, but again, he's going to have a lot of single matchups. I mean, you can't really double team him. So if he can find his confidence early, I mean, there's potential for him to, I would say at least 5 sacks. I think 5 sacks is a good number for him. I think I think the minimum is 5. I think he's got a great chance to pass it. And who knows? I mean, if he can get to 8, that'd be fantastic.
well, what was Noah Spence's rookie year? It was 5.5, right?
I think he got 5.5, and I think he got that like back-to-back years, if I'm not mistaken. And then
Oh, hell no. You want to see the numbers? Buy the book.
were they bad? Okay. Well, I know he got 5.5.
And then won the next year. And then 0
Oh.
won again. So
Okay, never mind. He just went
Yeah.
straight down. He went straight downhill after that.
I mean, 8, I think, is high, in my opinion. But
Yeah. I mean, who was there any rookie edge rushers last year that did really? I mean, obviously, the guy from Washington, Chase Young, but he didn't get a lot of sacks. He got what, 6.5 or 7, maybe.
he probably got a lot. Guys, help us out in the chat if you guys know before I search this.
Yeah. I think he only got like 6.5, 7. I know maybe it was like Nick Bosa or
7.5.
okay. Maybe like Nick Bosa or Joey Bosa, I think, had some good numbers when they were rookies. But yeah, it's hard for pass rushers early on in their career to, put up really, really good.
Joey Bosa had 10.5 his rookie season.
Okay, well, there you go. I mean, Joey's a freak, and so is Nick. I mean, Nick is a stud as well.
Those Bosa brothers, like,
Yeah.
insane.
Do they have any more coming in through the
For real.
college pipelines? It seems like they always do, but
Yeah, like Nick had 9 sacks his rookie season. Crazy. But yeah, other team, forget about them. They're just competition. But here we go.
yeah, I like Joe. I like his. I mean, everyone knows we like Joe Tryon. I mean, we were talking about him extensively.
Called for him.
Right.
Got him in our mock draft. So
Yeah.
we kind of like the guy. Just a little bit.
Yeah, big fan of him. I mean, and when you watch, his Washington tape, it was very, very impressive. And obviously there's some things that, he needs to progress and work on, get that secondary move in there, to help his pass rush abilities. But I mean, he's already got a great baseline to work with. He's got the speed rip, going around the edge, and he's got the bull rush to push tackles back. So I think it's a lot of good things there.
And let's say this. I mean, everyone's always looking for the outside rusher. So think of this. If Joe Tryon already has bull power, this bull rush, he can run over you. I don't think a tackle wants to get run over. Let's be honest. I mean, that's humiliating, especially by a rookie. If you have that ability to run someone over, that gives you a little bit more leverage to get outside. Because if a guy doesn't have any chance in hell to beat you through your chest or inside, then all you got to do is cover one move. Joe Tryon has the ability to do anything. He already has an inside move, and he has bull rush capability because of his long arms and his size. So if he can add an outside rush counter, look the hell out. If you guys want to see more on Joe Tryon, yeah, go check out our YouTube channel. There's 2 videos on Joe Tryon and really in depth, and we love it.
Yeah. I mean, rearrange 44. That's what we talk about as far as what he needs to improve on, and really it's just finding those secondary moves to help him out with the counters, because tackles are going to prepare to stop that speed rush. So he just needs to find a way to combat that and get more inside. But yeah, definitely check out our 2 videos on him. Goes into in depth. I think we cover about 3 or 4 games of his tape. So a lot of good stuff there.
And here's one other one. So Johnny Dean, again, makes a good point. 17 games, I believe Tryon is going to get far more playing time than Noah did. I don't know, because, I mean, I agree with the 17-game point.
Mm-hmm.
But to me, if I feel like Noah he was like starting the second half of the season.
Yeah, he had opportunities.
I don't think Tryon's going to get as many snaps as Noah did. But then again, if we're up a lot of these games and it's just pin your ears back and go after the quarterback. That's where I can see Johnny Dean's point here. Like the opportunities to get after it that many times. When Noah is on our team, Noah Spence, we were not winning games. We're giving games away. So yeah, we'll see.
Yeah, what up, Ken? Yeah, definitely. The Saints are having a lot of trouble right now. Obviously with the Michael Thomas situation, and then obviously their kicker, facing surgery possibly. So yeah, not a lot of good things going on for them over in New Orleans.
Try and find that little Jameis clip. Oh my God. Jameis is on another level.
He's hilarious. He is high quality content. So
I'm balling.
Yeah, he is. I mean, we're not going to throw salt on an empty or open wound. Yes, I am. Never mind.
Better check your sheet.
Check sheets. But I mean, it's on to another. We're Tom Brady. We're looking for another championship. I hope the Saints, every time they play us, we just slaughter them.
Mm-hmm.
Like, even some of the fans, I saw it over the weekend. Someone put like Mike Evans when you hit their quarterback, and then Mike Evans when his dad passes away. I'm like, who the hell does shit like this?
I don't know.
Like every Saints fan isn't. Well, not every. I'm not gonna say every, but like that. That's shitty. That's I've never done anything like that. Yeah.
Yeah. Exactly.
I mean, fandom. Yeah. I got to bring that up. But
yeah,
I'll bring that up later. But later we don't have to talk good Buccaneer football. That's like trash talk. But let's get into this. So let's get back to some training camp talk. What's going on? So Brady hit wide receiver Antonio Brown down the sideline as Brown got behind cornerback Nate Brooks to get open. Antonio Brown, I feel like every time he's on the field, he's producing. Everyone's kind of saying how he's like going to be the best wide receiver on the Bucs roster. What is your 2 cents on this?
It seems like he's very healthy, and he just seems like he's got that extra juice right now. And BA talked about how he looks like he's 4 or 5 years ago, when he was at the top of his game. So it's scary to think about, like, if he is as good as he was back then with Pittsburgh, like no one's going to be able to stop him. I mean, you won't put your top resources against him. He's going to be going up against the team's lesser corners, and I mean, he's just going to take advantage. And it seems like Tom Brady and him are very close already. Like, their chemistry is getting better and better. So again, wide ass open. I'll just continue to say that, as we heard it earlier, and with BA, and yeah, it's gonna be a fun problem to have. And I just hope, like, Byron Leftwich and company, the offense continues to play it how they did, in the second half of the season, where they used a lot of motion, play action set, they max protected for Tom, and they just let Tom do his thing, and find the easy matchup and just hit it over and over again.
Yeah, I mean, Tom has a glutton of prospects, of talent, of
it's a whole arsenal.
That's why I'm like, guys, don't get too mad about worst offensive practice in 3 years that BA said. BA is just doing what he's supposed to do. He's being a coach.
Right.
I'm pretty sure Tom Brady and Gronk can literally say, no, let's step it up. Let's turn it on. And AB, Mike Evans, there's plenty of guys that have tried and true. So don't worry.
Yeah, I think BA will definitely forgive them if they come out this week against Cincinnati. They go right down the field and score a touchdown. It'd be like, okay, guys, you can have the rest of the game off, and we'll put Kyle Trask and everyone else in company in there. But yeah, I mean, it's going to be really tough, to stop this offense. And again, it comes down to the Bucs just beating themselves. I think that's going to be the biggest X factor, and I think that's why BA is so upset, because he knows this. Like, we can't have these mental mistakes, we can't have these drops, because that's the only thing that can stop this offense. So I think that's what he's looking at.
I can't find this damn Jameis comment.
It's okay. It's okay.
I don't know, but
we can maybe we'll play it during one of our film studies. So
yeah, I hope so. But let's keep going on.
Yeah.
So, I mean, here's a good one. So Brady did complete his next throw. though, this time to tight end O.J. Howard, who had a rookie inside linebacker Grant Stewart right on him. Howard was able to snatch the ball away for the catch, staying a step ahead of Stewart the whole way. So 2 good things. O.J. Howard on the field, coming back from the Achilles, snagging a ball. I mean, BA's been saying stuff where he needs to get back to NFL game speed. And then you got Grant Stewart right on him. Either way, O.J. Howard, his game speed is just on a different level than normal tight ends. Grant
Right.
Stewart just being right there, to me, is a plus. Let's see. What was your 2 cents on this one?
Yeah, really, OJ Howard. I think he's just got to become, more consistent, and obviously he's trying to get his game up to speed, obviously, with the injury and it being out. So if OJ can do that, I think that's really good things. He had some drops today, so hopefully that gets out of the way and he can be that playmaker for Tom Brady over the middle.
Here's another one. Howard uses his length against Antoine Winfield Jr., stretched out to make a grab right in the end zone. That's 6'5" versus 5'9". You better get
Yeah,
but
yeah, great play again.
for real, right? All right, outside linebacker Jason Pierre-Paul decided to return the favor on left tackle Donovan Smith, who had a rep earlier, had handled outside linebacker Cam Gill well. Lined up against Pierre-Paul and Smith, and Pierre-Paul muscled his way past Smith pretty convincingly. Afterward, Pierre-Paul got up in Vice President of Player Engagement Duke Preston's face, yelling, "I told you I'm like that." Like Arians said, the defense answered the bell on Monday. So it just seemed like it was the defense's day. I mean, I'm trying to figure out where all these drops are. But all right, here's another one. A lot of people have been talking about Mr. Khalil Davis. Player continued to develop this camp in second-year defensive tackle. Khalil Davis, he pulled an incredibly quick spin move, lined up on defensive lineman offensive lineman Darius Hutchinson, and Pierre-Paul fired up in the process. There was also a wow, wow, wow coming from one of Davis' teammates looking on. So Khalil Davis, Nebraska product, smaller in stature, but quick and literally timed incredibly well on the 40-yard dash. But defensive tackles don't really run a 40. So, I mean, either way, his quickness is showing. Does he take that next step? That's the big thing, because that front seven is already pretty much sound. But if you can get guys like this that are developing, becoming more of a presence on the inside, again, he's not being talked about. What if he does come up and actually start showing face?
Yeah, it's very important for Khalil. I think he's got to really have a great preseason, especially in these games, and really show out. The competition is fierce because you look at it, you have, obviously Ndamukong Suh, Vita Vea, Will Golston, then you have Steve McClendon and Nacho probably as your top 2 backups. And then, you go from there, you go to Patrick O'Connor, and then you have Khalil Davis and, a couple of other guys. Jonathan Ledbetter is another name that, is standing out. So, yeah, Khalil is going to have to be very sharp. And, obviously it seems like he's off to a good start. Hopefully his run defense is becoming more consistent. I think that's the main thing he had to work on. But if he can show the pass rush ability, I think that definitely sets him apart from the other guys, because some of them don't really offer that. And, if he can be that guy that you can put in, on pass rushing situations, that definitely helps his cause.
But again, like situational, if he can be on a third down package where he's inside, and you saw it against the Chiefs last year, not on Super Bowl, but the first game during the season, he looked good. I mean, he was doing stunts well. He was getting pressure. He got in the face of Mahomes plenty of times. He didn't make the play, but he contributed. So let's see, does he make that big step? He's got athletic ability. Let's give him that. Let's keep going down the line. Back in the 11-11 period, Godwin caught a slant along the sideline. So it doesn't look like Godwin was the bad one.
No.
And then stiff-armed his way past cornerback SMB. The win wouldn't last long as the very next play, Murphy Bunting tracked Godwin down the opposite sideline and broke up a long pass for Brady in a very statement-like way. Woo! SMB, I guess they got a little clip of it. Let's see it. SMB, we got
Hell no.
Hell no. Yeah, that was great.
What do you think about that?
No, it was a great play. He was right there in good position and got his head around and made a play on the ball.
I mean, SMB, we're fans of his, Buck fans. I think it's the total opposite. him getting beat a lot. I mean, don't get me wrong, he does get beat at times, but I think a lot of it was he was injured, and he owns up on that. He's owned up on a lot of shows, and whenever there's a camera in his face, he'll tell you like he was hurt. It was something he had to deal with, and it was not an excuse. And he wasn't using any excuses. He's like, I got to do better. And of all the guys, I think him and Winfield Jr. are like two of the more heady type of guys. I mean, Jamel Dean, he's talked about working on learning the playbook, being able to analyze what's going on in front of him. But I think SMB already has that aspect to his game. He just needs to stay healthy.
Mm-hmm.
Let's keep going. Not to be outdone by his fellow corner, Colton Davis had a diving pass breakup in front of a pass from Gabbert intended for Darden. So Darden's still getting a lot of targets. But again, a number 1 versus probably a 3. Yeah, Colton Davis should win.
Mm-hmm.
It's almost like a confidence boost for these guys. What's going on? Inside linebacker Kevin Minter came rushing in from inside and got his hands up in the process, batting down a pass at the line. Okay, way to go. Tryon again showed his run-stopping ability as he came in from the interior to get an immediate tackle for loss on Jones that kept him in the backfield. So again, Joe Tryon, but also someone was talking about Jones being in the backfield on goal lines. Did you see Jones working on goal line plays? He leaped the line for a touchdown. So what is your points on Jones over here, plus?
Yeah, I think Jones is having a really solid camp, and I think he's been very effective inside the red zone area, especially inside the 5. I think his ability to the vision and, make plays happen, whether it's making guys miss or getting to the outside, obviously that gives him a unique advantage against the defense. So, yeah, I like him, utilized in that goal line situation. Obviously, in the Super Bowl, you would have liked to see him score there, that goal line situation, but, it's things he can be better at, but I think for the most part, I think he's very consistent there.
Yeah, he's always been the better runner of the ball. We've always been saying that on our show. And power guy, yes. Leonard Fournette in the first 5 yards is not power. Like everyone sees his LSU highlights and sees that as, oh, he's a bulldozer. Once he gets out of that first 5 and he's got momentum, it's hard to bring him down, yes. But he's not. Rojo's just a different type of player in that first 5. Like he can make jump cuts, bounces, spins out of no momentum. And it's crazy how he has that ability. If he can catch and do stuff, you're talking about a whole other animal of a running back. But I mean, at the goal line, yes, I would prefer Rojo.
Mm-hmm.
Our last couple points here, and then we'll get to some questions. But I mean, there wasn't that much talk of the drops and everything. But here we go.
Yeah, they don't want to talk about that stuff.
Right? On 3rd and long, it was wide receiver Mike Evans that came in clutch as Brady hit him on a long throw that the crowd loved. Yeah, kind of like the one we saw. First play of the last period was defensive tackle Vita Vea getting pass-centered Ryan Jensen to bat down a pass on his own from Brady. Oh, we already know how much RBT loves Vita Vea. A few plays later, was a handoff to Jones again, but this time instead of Tryon, he was met by rookie KJ Britt and defensive tackle Nacho. They got pressure up the middle and ended up dropping Jones for a loss of 6. Wow.
Yeah, that's a big loss.
So we got KJ Britt, Nacho teaming together. KJ Britt's another guy that, I mean, you see his interviews, he looks the part. He almost resembles, I don't want to say this, but Devin White, similar, like big guys, like Southern, like they just quiet, confident.
Yeah, I'm excited to see him play on Saturday. I think he's got that ability to be that thumper, and I'm really, interested to see how he does on special teams. And I know he's going to make some big hits, and I would like to see him be utilized on the blitzing and see what he does. So yeah, it's definitely going to be cool to see him play.
And it was cool to see, like in his interviews, he was saying that he's literally studying how to drop back. He's already looking at dropbacks. He's not just looking at downhill. Let me get after what I do best, which is downhill like Devin White, similar, hitting A gaps, hitting run stuffing positions, hitting rolls like that. But I mean, if this guy can, again, we've touched on this. Jason Light's really good at picking linebackers. And if he hit again with KJ Britt, he doesn't have to hit with both, but if he hits one, damn, this dude just keeps hitting linebackers left and right. And I hope he hits on both. Let's see, especially in special teams. So we need that help.
Right.
But guys, let's get some questions going. They didn't mention a lot of the drops. I guess they talked Mike Edwards receptions and stuff. I wish we could be there more often for you guys to give you more content and stuff like that. Which hopefully down the road that comes about. But again, you guys build the show. You push us to where we need to be, and we're gonna try and keep bringing you the most we can. But I guess a lot of people keep saying about Jones. Here it is. I think Rojo is a future long-term running back of the team. So
I hope so. I really hope so. I would love to see him become, or at least have the opportunity to be the complete back that we're looking for. I think the potential is still there. Again, very young dude. I think he just turned, I want to say 23 or 24. So I would like him to really take that role and really take advantage of it. But again, Bruce Arians is the type of guy that's always kind of had, running back committee and, use multiple guys. So it'll be interesting. I definitely think he's got a great opportunity to come back to this team if the contract is right. So yeah, I really like him. I really like Keyshawn Vaughn too. So it'll be interesting to see how that all plays out. But yeah, I'm definitely a fan of Rojo, even though at times on this show it doesn't seem like I am. But I really do like the dude. So
you said we should trade him. But like again, Plus and I agree usually a lot. When we disagree, it's hilarious. It's heartfelt, it's anger, it's passion. But that's how it's supposed to be. As fans and really passionate about your thoughts. That's why we like seeing you guys' thoughts to talk it out.
Right.
But Rojo, I've been on plenty of occasions where I just don't agree on paying running backs. And if he's going to command top dollar for a good season, 1,000-yard season, I think that's why they drafted Keyshawn Vaughn. That's something that you're going to have to kind of come to grips with. Are we going to be able to keep Rojo, Fournette, Keyshawn Vaughn, all these guys under the same umbrella? It's kind of hard. Yes, this year, I don't know how the hell we did it with the cap. Plus, keep saying the cap's fake.
It is.
But still, it comes to grips where sometimes you got to realize we got to be able to stay somewhat in the cap. I don't know what the hell the Buffalo Bills were doing with Josh Allen's contract, but
that's a normal for the quarterbacks. But before we get to more questions, let's what was your thoughts? I don't know how much you watched of it, but what was your thoughts on just the Hall of Fame speeches? Obviously I caught a lot of it yesterday. I really enjoyed the Peyton Manning and John Lynch speeches. I thought they're outstanding. Obviously it was great to see John Lynch, and hopefully we see Rondé Barber and Simeon Rice to follow. But just your thoughts on that.
I didn't see anyone but John Lynch. I got on right at the right time. The baby boy went to sleep. I was like, oh, let me see who's on. And Lynch was coming in saying, oh, I get to go up right after Peyton Manning. This is great.
Yeah.
But his speech was awesome. Literally written perfectly. Mentioned literally everyone. Like there was whole walk of football, starting from Stanford all the way up. And I loved how it was heartfelt, literally starting from his wife all the way, coaches, teammates, back to his family. Oh, that was awesome. And yeah, John Lynch, what a hell of a player. That's a guy that I grew up with. You never see 47 as a safety anymore. It's kind of weird seeing that now.
Yeah.
They literally, even Barry Sanders saying that's the guy that you would think about, holy hell, this guy's going to run through me. Those were the dog days of defense. And I hope our defense can kind of come somewhat close to that, because those were the most fun days of being a Buccaneer fan.
Yeah, absolutely. I agree. I think it was just a heartfelt, great speech. The Charles Woodson speech got me. I don't know if you saw that one, but that one was just very emotional. Just talking about the love for his mother and just his family in general. That was really good. But yeah, John Lynch, it was just great to see him, and he was he was the start of that defense. Obviously, the first one drafted, and then Warren Sapp and Brooks came later, and really got the whole band together. And it was just it was fun watching that defense in the late 90s, early 2000s, and almost won a game 6-5 in the NFC Championship game, and came real close to getting get that done.
A stupid catch call. Stupid. It's still a hour about it. But also, Rich0665, thank you. Guys, if you haven't done it yet, give us a like. Hit that button for us. We appreciate it very much, supporting the channel. Hope you like the content. We truly enjoy all y'all's commentary and just opinions left and right. We love this stuff.
Yeah, Danny Danello, we're going to every game. I hope. Yeah, at least most of the games we're going to be there. So
likely not preseason, but regular season, hands down.
Yeah.
And hopefully we can all, this first game Thursday, tailgate, if you guys are going to be there. I'm trying to get off early. I know Plus probably already did get off early, but yeah, like that's something future, guys. Let's do this. Hell yeah. We're excited football is about to start and we get to see y'all again.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. Very excited for it.
Let's see. Oh, here we go. Johnny Dean's got some good points. I'll give him that. Scott Smith seems to believe they will keep 5 inside linebackers with Britt and Stewart. If so, who gets the cut? They will keep Levante, White, Minter, Britt, and Stewart. Who goes?
Well, I don't know. I mean, yeah, I think they're gonna obviously keep 4 outside linebackers, which is gonna be Shaq Barrett, JPP, Joe Tryon, Anthony Nelson, and then the inside guys. I kind of agree with what you just said there. I think it's gonna be, if they do keep 5, it'll be those guys.
Because I mean, they play vital roles in special teams,
right?
And I guess because you can also think of it like so. Bring up your list again. So Levante and Devin White can both kind of be your makeshift edge rushers as well. Yes, they blitz the A gap left and right, but how many times did you see them listed on the outside? So you can kind of, even if there's an injury there, you can makeshift Levante or Devin White on the outside in any given game. So then you can call someone up later if need be, like Cam Gill, like that needs to come up. But I think that would be the way they would go. But then there's just so much competition everywhere on the field. I mean, wide receiver, it's already 7 deep, and it's gonna be hard to cut people. I mean, the cornerbacks everywhere. So I honestly think that 5 probably does stay, because Mentor you just need for his veteran ability if one of those top 2 guys do go down, and then Britt and Stewart, special teams aces, and Britt probably could be an eventual guy looking forward to the future, I would think.
Yeah, no, I agree with that. I think KJ's got the inside track. I think he's got a good chance of making it. Grant's it's going to be tough for him just because of his size and speed limitations. He's really going to have to be a beast on special teams. The other guys that you're looking at is like Joe Jones, I think, that they picked up from Denver. There's a couple other young names there too. I can't think of right now, but obviously, I think the first 4, I think is a lock. And then, if they do decide to keep 5, it just comes down to who's the better, special teams player, more consistent. And obviously it depends on what other positions, how deep do they go? With the, receivers, do we keep 7, tight ends, et cetera, running backs, how many do you keep, quarterbacks, all those things play a part.
So some other good points here. So Bud Campbell's had one. So any more news on Suckup? I guess Suckup's been struggling lately in training camp.
Yeah.
So what's your 2 cents on Ryan Suckup and his kicking struggles?
I think he'll be okay. It seemed like he bounced back the other day, had a really good practice. I think he was like 6 of 7. So he's starting to be a little bit more consistent. I'm not sure if what he did today as far as numbers, but I'm okay. We'll just wait and see how he does this weekend. If he does, hopefully he does well, and I think that will calm the storm a little bit with the reactions of his practices. Again, he's a veteran still, so I'm going to put faith in him that he'll be fine.
Well, who's the guy that we signed, the rookie?
That's Jose. I can't pronounce his last name, but yeah, he's from Miami. It seems like he's been doing okay too. Again, he's kind of been up and down as well from the reports, but he's got a very strong leg. I think he made like a 59-yarder the other day. So, we'll just have to wait and see. But I'm confident in Suckup. I think he'll be fine.
That's so much. I mean, veteran. Do you want to be the same case as the Matt Ryan curse that we kind of had for
Matt?
years?
Yeah, Matt Bryant.
Matt Bryant. The second I said that, I was like, moron. Like, do you want that same curse? I don't think so. I think Ryan Suckup literally was the guy that switched the curse, and it literally was. Our kicking game was terrible. Just
Yeah, bad.
that shit terrible.
Yeah, and then they had the whole thing with Connor Barth, and he was actually good, and then they let him go, and so
The Bears almost have the same issue.
yeah, the Bears. Yeah,
All right,
Yeah.
here's another good one. Rearranged 44. Could you see AB leading this year in touchdowns and or yards? This is a good kind of question topic that's brought up this week during Twitterverse, Bucs Twitterverse. So, AB, do you think he leads somewhere in those numbers, yards or touchdowns?
he's got a great opportunity. Again, we've talked a lot about it, on our show, and it's been talked about, I think, on all the Bucs podcasts, whether it's Pew Report, Loose Cannons, whatever. I mean, it's been thrown out there. A lot of Bucs fans are talking about it, and really it just depends on how defenses are going to play us. And again, Brady doesn't really pinpoint a favorite. He likes to spread the football around. So I think that gives an opportunity where you could see all of those guys have equal or close to equal numbers, and be more shared around. And again, 17 games, more opportunities. And it really depends on how the game goes. I mean, I think we're going to be more efficient. So that could mean more rushing yards, more rushing touchdowns because we're ahead. And maybe you don't have as many, passing clips or passing attempts. I mean,
Yeah, I mean, you never know. But I mean, let's see how the games play out. AB, I think, easily could lead in the yards, though. Touchdowns, I think, either way, if we get within the red zone, Gronk or Mike Evans is the way you're going to see it.
yeah.
I mean, Mike Evans he's just too much of an automatic. We saw it last year, the first inside the 5 or the 10, just throw the ball up, and he's going to get it. So I
Yeah.
think touchdowns, Mike Evans or Gronk's going to get it easily, especially second year. Both of them together with Tom Brady again.
Mhm.
Gronk never taking his full year off, and now 2 years in, I think that's another thing no one's really talking about. Gronk came back after a year of taking the whole year off.
Yeah.
Still produced in that first year. The second year, what if he takes another massive jump back? He's like, holy crap, my body feels good. I'm splitting time with OJ. I'm just going to ball out. It's crazy.
It is crazy. And that's another thing where we haven't heard about Gronkowski at all, really, in this training camp. He's getting some plays, but it just seems like, oh, yay, here's Gronk on the side. He's an option. He's there if need be. But again, it's just they have so many arsenal to go to. But yeah, I think AB has a great chance. I think the yards is accurate because I heard something on the radio where we could have drives where it's a big play to AB, and then it's a pass to Godwin, and then it's you're inside the 5, we go to Mike Evans for the touchdown. So it could be stuff like that, or it could play that way where it's reversed and you just have the big touchdown pass to AB, and that's the end of the drive. So it's just a great problem to have, and it should be fun.
Would not be upset. But guys who have stayed this long and wanted to see it, I just want to hear it again. Let's hear Jameis Winston on his team and how it's looking right now. Oh, wait a minute.
Quarterbacks going to have an elite offensive line, one of the best back tandems in the league, right?
You have to think about what the hell he just said.
Yeah.
One of the best top running back condoms.
Yep.
Tandems. And then he had to think about. I mean, just look at the look, too. The look says it all. Oh, I messed up. Famous Jameis Winston. He's famous. All right.
I think Jameis blacks out at times when he's just talking to the media. It's just like he goes into his own little world. But yeah, that's pretty funny. I mean, I guess he thinks his running back group is obviously going to be well protected.
Balling.
Yeah, he's balling. But yeah, it's funny. You just gotta laugh. I mean, and just I know you've seen his videos at training camp where he's doing his stretching, and he's just out of control.
Hey, he's on another team. We'll see what happens when we play him.
It should be fun. It's gonna be fun.
I'm excited. Either
Yeah.
way, like I am excited on another team to see what happens when the Bucs get to play them.
Yeah.
Does it repeat? I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, on that, any last questions, guys, as we run through the end of the show?
Yeah, just while you guys are bringing in questions, just a recap of what we talked about. Again, we had a little clip of BA, and he was a little frustrated, so we went over that, and he thought the practice was really bad for the offense today. Defense was a bright spot though, so that's good. And we also showed some clips of Todd Bowles, and then some other guys talking about Joe Tryon and how good he's looking. But again, I just want to thank you all who are in the chat. Thank you to Bucs Report as represented by them for this live stream. And again, thank you to Symbol. Be sure to check that out as well. Hit that promo code Real Bucs Talk. You can get $10 on your first deposit.
Yeah, here's a good question. Johnny Dean, my man, which Buck will get the first pick from Jameis?
Yeah, that's a popular question. I'll go with Mike Edwards. It just seems like he's a ball hawk. I'm sure I said something different from that question like a couple weeks ago, but I'll just say Mike Edwards.
I'm going to stick to Antoine Winfield Jr. I just think that's the man that is going to light up everyone's stat sheet this year. And who better? I mean, yes, probably Carlton Davis, but I'm going to go with Antoine Winfield Jr.
Mm-hmm.
Is Cam Brate back from the active pup list?
Yeah, that's another news that we forgot to mention. He is back, so that's great. He's going to start practicing. It seems like we're starting to get more healthier. I think only the real concern right now is Robert Hainsey. He's been out for the last couple of days, so hopefully he can get back in time for this week's game. But everyone else looks good. We're getting back on track.
I mean, other than that, I mean, thank you, Johnny Dean. Great show as always. Edwards would be good. But, I mean, to me, Saturday will be the big showing out. Who and then, I'm not talking like the starters. I'm talking the bottom of the roster. Who really wants it?
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, everyone's looking at the rookies. We all want to see what Kyle Trask has. Does he have anything in there? Or is everyone going to be talking mad shit come Sunday, Monday? But Garden, let's see. What does he have? I guarantee he's going to need a lot of playing time, probably with Trask. I want to see it. But mainly Stewart, KJ Britt, the corners, who's going to try and win that gunner position. So watching special teams, that's going to be fun and exciting to do. But, I mean, this is funny. Like, this is not looking for active roster, like active starters. We're looking for special teams in, like, the bottom of the roster, which is crazy thinking as a Bucs fan.
Yeah, for sure. And this preseason, again, there's only 3 games, so it's gonna be different because this week, obviously, I think the starters might play maybe as long as a quarter. Yes, thank you, MD Peel, much appreciated. But yeah, I mean, it's gonna be very interesting to see how the dynamics of this preseason works and how many guys actually get a lot of playing time. Obviously that third game now, your starters are going to play a lot. And it'll be limited opportunities for that bottom of the roster. So really this first game, I think, is huge to really distinguish themselves and who can lock up those, bottom 8 to 10 spots that are available.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be fun, exciting either way. You're going to see Buccaneer football in Tampa back since the Super Bowl.
Yes.
I know I'm fired up. I mean, hopefully this supposed tropical storm doesn't come this way because it's supposed to be here by Saturday.
Yeah, always something, man. We always have to deal with those thunderstorms, hurricanes. So yeah, hopefully that stays away. We can have a nice, clean, Saturday night football game.
For real. Well, it'll fizzle out, hopefully.
Yeah. Yeah, Edward Fernandez. I'm not sure on the pregame or postgame pod. Maybe. I don't know. Just depends.
Plus, maybe going solo because I got to celebrate my wife's birthday, and if I don't do that,
yeah,
I mean, Mark, I'll be in the next Monday show. Let's be honest.
Yeah, Mark won't be allowed. Yeah, that's a good thing. Yeah, I guess I might have to go solo next Monday, right? Because that's her actual birthday.
I mean, if we're celebrating this Saturday, we'll see.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I think we're gonna have one of the guys from Loose Cannons on Monday, so should be
guys stayed in late.
Yep. So should be fun. Yeah, so with that, I think we're going to wrap it up. Again, thank you guys so much for joining us. Again, thank you to Bucs Report and all the great stuff that they do. Yes, everybody love everybody. So yeah, man, it's going to be, I can't wait for this weekend. So everyone have a great week. Go Bucs as always, and appreciate the love and support. Everyone have a good night.